I absolutely love building games, and for the longest time, Roller Coaster Tycoon held the number one spot for likely the most played PC game I had ever played for the longest of time, honestly. Well, it wasn't until November of 2016 that a little game by the name of Planet Coaster came along and really blew everyone's minds at what could come of a tycoon-type game. Well, yes indeed, finally, after a very long wait, Planet Coaster 2 has been confirmed. This is, of course, footage from Planet Coaster 1, and I wanted to make it clear and really express how near and dear this is not only to my heart, but to so many people of the whole coaster genre. Roller Coaster Tycoon, of course, being an amazing game from the late 90s, which many people played by just getting it in a cereal box and being able to play the game that way. And then, of course, other games coming along like Zoo Tycoon, and then eventually Planet Coaster, which gave birth to Planet Zoo, which also was very cool too, taking all the elements that Frontier did such a great job for Planet Coaster, bringing that over to then having animal enclosures and building big zoos and focusing on conservation. Well, now finally we're getting a sequel coming later this year. Planet Coaster 2 confirmed and coming right down the pipe. And I wanted to compare with what the game looked like back in 2016, almost 10 years ago, really. I mean, we're very close to 2025, and so that in 2026 will mark 10 years since Planet Coaster came out, and I think it's going to be an amazing thing to compare the two games, because honestly, after you see today's footage, you might have some thoughts and wonder, well, could this maybe have been a DLC? Could this have just been a free update? Or maybe a combination of both of those things? I certainly feel like a game that is in the Planet genre, whether it be Planet Zoo or Planet Coaster or Planet something else, should certainly look like Planet Coaster, the original. The color palette, the light, the way that the people look in the game, all of the different textures and details are really nice, and I think the community for this game has done an incredible job, aside from Parkitect and many other park builder games, at really increasing the amount of detail and workshop usage that was possible. In fact, I'd say the only thing to top that would probably be City Skylines. Like, seriously, there's almost an unlimited amount of mods and updates and tweaks and modifiers and whatever words you want to use. Yeah, I think City Skyline probably takes the cake for that, for building games that have the most modifications to it. But honestly, Parkitect and Planet Coaster and Roller Coaster Tycoon are still some of my favorite games. And this game, Planet Coaster 2, is rumored to have some multiplayer, but that's going to have a big asterisk too. But I'm very excited to take my first look at the trailer here with you today, and I was very lucky that Frontier invited me to a special event too, to not only show me Planet Coaster 2's little reveal trailer, but also give me a little bit more information as to, well, more about the game and what we'll be expecting in it. Now, I don't want to spoil anything until you see the trailer, and I know we're all very excited, so I just wanted to say that if you want to see more Planet Coaster on the channel, Planet Zoo, or any other building games, including Parkitect, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, and do consider becoming a wonderful member. Alright, well, without further ado, we're going to take our first look at the announcement trailer for Planet Coaster 2, which certainly will confirm a lot of the things that you were all hoping for, as to be a DLC in Planet Coaster 1, but now we're getting a fresh new game, and we'll talk about what that means and what may lie in store for us down the road for the release of future DLCs and much, much more additional content. Alright, well, let's get ready. I guess now's the time where I say keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times, and enjoy our first look at the trailer for Planet Coaster 2. Let's go.
Then again.
When I walk outside with my head in the clouds, everywhere I go, I keep singing out.
Well, what did you think? I think there's a lot to look forward to here, and there's a lot of promise and potential, and it has been almost 10 years since the release of the original game, and they've been working on this one for a while, so I'm really excited to see what the potential of current technology is in comparison to the old game. What will the new limits be? How many assets can we put on the screen? What kind of new coasters will we get? And how will things work with the swimming pools and also the, the water slide building and other things related to water ride building too? Now, all the previous things of the previous game should be coming along, the log flume and old tube rides or the river raft ride, but I'm also excited to see the potential for rides that perhaps combine both of those things. And all the new coasters that we could see. This is Planet Coaster, and just because they're adding water slides and pools doesn't mean that we shouldn't get a lot in terms of, well, the flat rides and the thrill rides, but also coasters themselves. Looking forward to that. Now, something you may have noticed during that trailer is they actually have custom building now in terms of assets on rides. You can actually decorate a ride and not just put things around it, but also on top of it too, customizing each one, like for example the teacups with the little submarine on it. You can also do that with the coasters, so if you wanted to, you could put like a little globe or some lights or palm tree or something on any of the coasters and then customize it that way, in addition to coloring the actual tracks and then the cars themselves. You could do that with the I hope with the water slides too, where you can put things on them and have the guests go through there. But yeah, so I've met with the developers and talked with them a little bit, or rather they talked to me and shared a little bit more of what we didn't see in this trailer. And they've talked about how we can now walk around in first person, you know, no mods or anything needed for that, and that there is a multiplayer mode. The game is multiplayer. Huge asterisk, though. Hold on now. Wait a minute. I know. I got you excited, and I was excited too. But it seems like they're leading into something called a build together mode, which is a one-at-a-time building mode where you can share your park back and forth. It's basically like uploading something to the Steam Workshop and then downloading it and tinkering with it back and forth. So if you and a friend were basically working on a park together, somebody could be working on the pool and doing something during their day. And then at night you could come back and build a coaster on your own between two people or something like that, or multiple people. But what we all want, I think, is a multiplayer experience where you can build with friends, like in Parkitect. But at least here, it seems like they're gearing that maybe towards consoles and PC players. This will, of course, come out on consoles, and I don't know if that'll be the case at launch, but hopefully eventually maybe a person on an Xbox or a PlayStation could then play with somebody on PC and then share those parks back and forth. But to have to wait for the other person in the game with insane amounts of detail and building, and that building looks really good, and so does the water and all the assets that we get. Yeah, I don't know. It's an attempt, and I appreciate that. But I really think for this building game, especially something like Planet Coaster, I want to play with my friends because they're incredibly creative. And if you've seen anything from other creators in terms of City Skylines or Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo, there's some maniacs out there when it comes to detail. It's insane. I mean, absolutely insane. So, but yeah, sharing more about the game, it looks like we'll be able to customize some more things about the plazas now, too. We can make large walking areas for people, not just necessarily a huge wide path, but we can actually build like a large square where people can walk in any direction, and the game recognizes it kind of more of an open area. Now, I'm going to be showing some images here that are not just the trailer anymore, but that the developers have shared, showing like Queen Splash, and I think King Coaster is his name. And you can see some of the new coasters here, and also some of the new ways to modify them a little bit. But it looks beautiful. I mean, just seeing Planet Coaster, even the first game, just gets me excited for Planet Coaster 2, even before I knew it was announced or would be coming out. And I think it's something that we need to see more of for building games that try to go bigger and better, but also look the same. I'm completely with anybody who says that it looks the same. I agree. And I think if it looked too different, it wouldn't be a coaster game or a planet game, really. This could have been Planet Zoo. This could have been Planet Coaster that they would have announced. And I would have expected it to look the same. But I also need to see things be much bigger and better. So I need to see a much larger campaign with many of the things, if not all of the things from the previous game, and then also even more. So I want to see bigger parks. I want to see more ways to build and things that we just couldn't do before. Because honestly, The little water slides in the pools could have been a DLC, and sticking on a bunch of things to a coaster could have been an update, honestly. I mean, this does give them the opportunity, though, to put in all new music, a ton of new sounds, and rides that we haven't seen before, and many different variants to rides, too, and also ways to maybe perhaps relive some of the old campaigns too. Maybe there could be some prior missions or campaign missions that allow you to go back to the old game and do that. I don't know. Anyway, Planet Coaster with the lazy river, and well, Planet Coaster 2 with the lazy river and lifeguards, and there, of course, then our new staff, provides new challenges. And I also want to make sure that not every single one of the missions or campaigns has to have a water park. There's going to be people who just are going to want to build beautiful coasters and have a magnificent jaw-dropping coaster park, and I think this is going to be able to facilitate that. It is Planet Coaster after all, but they're adding water parks, and that's pretty cool too. So I really like playing the campaigns in this game. I think a limited budget makes me a much more talented player. No, more challenged. And that makes me make decisions that I necessarily wouldn't make that can really make things outside the box. You know, I wasn't really good at building stations when I first started playing Planet Coaster originally, and never did any of that at all in Roller Coaster Tycoon, not at all. But since playing Parkitect a bunch and getting back into Planet Coaster a little bit, yeah, I really want to do my best in this game and really push my ability to build beautiful buildings, and not just the stations and not just like a pretty looking park, but building some of the things that they showcased here. I think it's going to be great. So anyway, let's go ahead and watch the trailer one last time for Planet Coaster 2, and let's hope that we get some more Planet games like I was hoping and possibly expected to see, like a Planet Mall or a Planet Airport, something like that. So anyway, let me know what you think all about the game down below. Do you love Planet Coaster? Is it kind of a meh game to you? Is it too complicated, or is it something that you need to see more realism in? Do you want to see like things outside the park, like managing parking lots and transportation to the park itself? Or do you just like building thrill rides, or is this just a game that's not really appealing to you, but you're just kind of dropping by to say hi? Let me know down below. Frontier, I think, is making a good decision of making another Planet game. I suspect that we'll see Planet Zoo 2 soon, but I would love to see them get into other genres and try to do some things that perhaps we haven't seen before from the Planet series. But honestly, I've always appreciated how the people look. I think the detail in this game, in the Planet series, is really, really well done, and I think it's something that is setting a new bar for how we want 3D building games to look, even if we're just building a city or something like that. This level of detail and realism, well, quote-unquote, at least, it's pretty good. It's a good attempt at reality, although a different one, and I think I love everything about it. All right, enjoy the trailer one more time, and I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.
Then again.
When I walk outside with my head in the clouds, everywhere I go, I keep singing out. It's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna sing all my blues away. Everything's alright when I got you by my side. It's gonna be a good day. Sing it! Everything's alright when I got you by my side. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day.